I think a happy hour is a great way to, if you're just starting to get into entertaining and having people over, it's easy because you don't have to do a full-on dinner. You can just do more like finger food munchies. You can do a lot of it ahead of time, which I'm a big fan of, so that you can actually be hanging with your friends at the happy hour instead of, in the kitchen the whole time. So I also like to do a mix of warm and cool things at a happy hour. So later we're going to do one of my favorite dips, which is a cool appetizer, but we're going to start the show with something nice and warm so that people actually won't have to hit the drive-through restaurant on the way home from your happy hour. They can fill up on munchies, and this is something the guys and I really like. We're going to do kabobs, and I'm doing Greek pork kabobs, also called souvlaki, and they're real easy to eat because you're going to eat them on a stick, and they're just wonderful. So I'm just going to pull my grill pan off the heat just a little bit, but you could also do these on the outdoor barbecue. I just don't want it to be too hot. And I'm going to start threading the pork skewers, which have been marinating at least a few hours. So you could throw this together in the morning before you go to work, and then they'll be ready to grill when you get home. Or you can even do these up to the day ahead. So as much stuff as you can get done before your little party, the better. So, and then I'll show you what the marinade was. But first I want to start threading the pork, little pieces of pork that have been marinated on skewers, and then we'll get to grilling them. So this is pork tenderloin, and we want to make the things at our happy hour, it's a cocktail party, very, very easy to eat, so that we don't have to deal with knives and forks and place settings and things like that. We can just kind of set everything out. And then we also want to think that this isn't dinner, it is hors d'oeuvres, so maybe just a few pieces of the pork on each skewer. I'm doing these on wooden skewers. And because I'm doing them on an indoor grill, I don't need to worry about them flaming up. But if you're going to do this on your outdoor charcoal grill or your gas grill, you want to soak those wooden skewers for at least a few hours so that they won't catch on fire. So maybe 3 or 4 pieces. And you notice they're pretty bite-sized, so about an inch, inch and a half big these pork skewers are. Everything tastes better on the stick. Don't you think so, Ann? Yep. I think so. And these are going to look so pretty plated up. We're going to serve them with a minty cucumber sauce. And everybody's going to be wanting the recipe. And it's inexpensive, too. One of the reasons I like to entertain at home is because, you don't have to spend a ton of money out at a restaurant. Not that I don't like going out to eat every once in a while. Certainly I do. But if you're going to entertain at home, you don't want to spend $1 million either. So pork tenderloin is a great way to go, something a little bit different. And when we marinate it, we just give it so much great flavor, and it gets tender as all get out. Okay. All right. So we're going to get those grilling back over on the heat here. And I'll give my hands a wash. And I'll show you how we all started. So like I said, like the day before is when you're going to want to whip together the marinade. So for the marinade, I'm using fresh lemon juice. And if the seeds get in there, that's fine. It's just a marinade. It's not like we're going to be eating this mixture. So we've got some fresh lemon juice. So we'll go ahead and fish them out. Then I've got some fresh garlic. Just going to give that a rough chop. In it goes with my lemon juice. A little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Some salt and pepper. Just a pinch of cayenne pepper. You don't have to put that in there, but don't worry, it's not going to be too spicy. Then I've got some oregano, quite a bit of oregano, some dried thyme. So lots of great Greek flavor in there with the garlic and the lemon and the oregano. And now I'm just going to whisk in some olive oil. And this is going to be our marinade that this pork is going to sit in at least all day long, or even better, I love to marinate pork overnight, up to 24 hours or so, just so that flavor really gets in there. And check on these kabobs. These are just fun. Okay, now I've got my pork tenderloin, and this is such an affordable cut of meat. Very, very lean, very easy to eat. Like I say, you're eating it on a stick, so it's got to be nice and tender. It's a quick fix and super affordable. For a pork tenderloin this size, you know, $3 or $4. Not fatty. One trick that I like to do, I want to cut this up into little pieces. So sometimes I'll throw, if I'm doing like a beef tenderloin or pork tenderloin and I need to cut it up either into thin strips or even small pieces, I'll throw it in the freezer for 10-15 minutes, and it just makes it a lot easier to cut up. So I just want to cut these up into bite-sized pieces that again are going to be real easy to eat at my happy hour. And if there's any fat, that's the time to get rid of it. But these are so nice and lean that there's not much of it. Now we're talking about hosting a happy hour, and this is great for a party, but this actually is one of my things that I make for dinner a lot in the summer. Serve it with a nice big Greek salad, maybe some bread. And it's just something different than chicken or steaks or burgers. So I just want to cut that into little chunks, maybe 1 or even half-inch pieces. Now, if you're doing them for dinner, like a, you know, instead of an hors d'oeuvre, you could do them a little bit bigger. And I do like serving some sort of, you know, meat like this, in this case, because, you know, I think we've all been to that party where we leave and we're starving, and it was like you were talking and you know, with friends, and there just wasn't a lot of food, and so you end up having to go out for dinner on the way home from the party. Well, that's why I think it's so important to serve something a little bit more hearty. We are going to do some lighter things for sure, but this is kind of like that guy cocktail party food, but the ladies like it too. Something a little bit meaty. All right, just want to check on my kabobs here and get some nice grill marks on them. There we go. Okay, now I want to get my pork and that marinade into a Ziploc bag or a plastic dish or a glass container. You never want to marinate in metal because the metal reacts or can react with the acid in the pork or in the marinade, and that's just not a good thing. So I love using Ziploc bags. All right, seal it up. Go give my hands a nice wash and get rid of this cutting board and get a fresh one. Boy, does it smell good, the garlic and the oregano and the lemon. Okay. So now I've got my pork in my bag with the marinade, with all that great Greek flavor. And don't skip this step. Once you get whatever you're marinating in your Ziploc bag with the marinade, you really need to kind of get in there and rub it around so that marinade just doesn't stay in one spot, and so that every piece, in this case, the pork, gets coated with that great marinade. So whatever you're marinating, you know, sometimes I'll do chicken breasts or steak, whatever. Just kind of really get in there with your hands and move it around. All right, now this goes into the refrigerator at least all day long. So if you're doing this in the morning before you head out and everybody's coming over after work for the happy hour, but even better, like I say, it's really nice if you can do this the night before and that flavor really gets in there. Pork takes so well to marinate and it just makes it tender and it's wonderful. So up to 24 hours, as I mentioned. Okay, now we're gonna serve a fun dipping sauce to go with the pork kebabs. And this is, again, very, very quick and easy. Check on these. Oh, they're looking fantastic. Just want to make sure the pork is cooked through. Internal temperature we're looking for when it comes to pork. These days, the pork producers have lowered it. The magic number is 145. So it's not like you have to cook it and cook it and cook it forever in a day. You can use an instant read meat thermometer, and 145 is the magic number. So these are almost done, and really they don't take that long at all. Okay, so we're going to do a cucumber mint dipping sauce to go with this these Greek kebabs, and it's just going to be wonderful. So I'm using these, I love using these little mini cucumbers, or the English cucumbers are great too, because you don't need to peel them, you don't need to seed them, and they're just really cute. So I'm going to take about one of the small guys, and I want to chop it up into real fine pieces. We buy these all the time. They have them at festival, and the kids love these with like veggies and dip. So I just want to do these in small pieces. And I'm looking for my platter to put these on, and my little ramekin for my dip. Okay, now we need a creamy, basically, you know, this is a cooling kind of creamy cucumber sauce. And instead of using sour cream, which you could use certainly, we're going to actually use Greek yogurt. And I love, love, love using Greek yogurt. It's thick like sour cream. See how thick that is? And creamy like sour cream, but it's got a little bit of a tang to it. It's also very, very, you know, it's better for you. You can get the low fat, you can get the non-fat, but give Greek yogurt a try. And of course, being this is, you know, Greek flavor, we're going to use the Greek yogurt, and it's going to be just wonderful. Okay. Now we're going to get our cucumbers in here. And this is so quick and easy. We've also got, just going to look over here. All right. We've got some fresh mint that we're going to do along with this. And that cucumber and mint just goes so well together. And I'm going to kind of roll up my mint leaves like I would fresh basil. Just chop our fresh mint. Oh, it smells just amazing. So some fresh mint leaves. We can use a little extra for garnish. And I just kind of stack up my mint leaves, roll them up, and they're just a little easier to chop this way. Kind of get ribbons of mint. The cucumber and the mint work so well together. Okay, not sure if we did salt. We're going to do a little salt, a little bit of pepper. And I'm just going to use a spoon to stir this all up. Now we're talking about making things ahead of time. This dip you can make up to a couple of days ahead of time. get this just in your refrigerator. This is going to be a nice chunky dip, so it's nice because you won't have like little drips or anything like that. It's going to be perfect. It's kind of like the Euro dip, you know, the sauce that they serve with Euros, but the mint in here really makes it kind of nice and different. All right, our Greek kebabs are ready. And we've got this nice sauce that we're going to serve along with them. And I just like to kind of lay them like that. And of course you'll have more than this, and you never want to overcrowd your platter. I think that's the key, so that you can just refill it. And it looks so pretty just like that. And then you could garnish with either a cucumber slice, or we've got a little bit of extra fresh mint here. And you could also do a little bit of maybe fresh lemon slices to go along, just to garnish the platter, to show everybody it's got lemon and garlic and things like that. Or some people like to squeeze a little bit of extra lemon juice on top of the kebabs. And this is so quick and easy and wonderful for happy hour, great for dinner too, and something nice and light and fresh, but filling at the same time. So there you go. It's my Greek kebabs with my cucumber mint dipping sauce, perfect for your next happy hour. You can get the recipe on the website. You can also pick it up at any area Festival Foods.